First, put the gun down before you kill them.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I know, I almost said Sinister Snacks. If you watch our YouTube videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is Dollar Store Drive-In.
It is.
I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newlydeads.
And that's Shaggy.
Yes. And Dollar Store Drive-In is a short half-hour chat show where we review a movie that Joel has procured from a dollar store. So it's either a Dollar Tree, it could be a
Dollar General, a dollar
garage sale. We should garage sale.
When it gets warmer out, which is now.
Yeah.
That's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Flea markets, etc., grocery stores, anywhere where there's movies sold, and
it's less than $5.
That's kind of the thing. However, if you, and we do have somebody that has done this already, have a movie
getting ready for this
that would like to have us talk about it, we do have a secondary review show also on our YouTube channel called Cinematorium, where we talk about things we didn't find that meet the qualifications, but we do have a movie that was kind of sent to us sort of to talk about. But
and if you're interested in seeing something like that even on this show, let us know.
Yeah, it's our thing. We can break the rules, change them, fix them.
If we want to actually do a cinematorium, we guess we could.
I don't know what I'm trying to say there.
Because I mean they advertise it just as the Newlydeads, not necessarily Dollar Store Drive-In.
I mean, that's true.
I've got my wheels a turning.
When the wheels are turning,
the
bus
better
is
hit
going
the
off
road.
the cliff.
I was going to say something else. Oh, we right now, if you're watching this on Wednesday night, it is live in the chat. We're not live right now. We're recording this. This is all pre-recorded, but you can chit-chat with Mr. Newlydead over here. And he was sad because no one's chit-chatting with him.
Yeah, the last one, it was just her and I. That's okay. I love spending time with her,
but he likes, making friends. So if you want to make a friend, come see this dude.
And her, she's there with me.
I'm sitting next to him.
You can talk to her too. You don't have to just say, talk to me.
Yeah, you can talk to both of us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that being said, we are reviewing a movie.
We are removing a movie. Removing a movie?
We're removing a movie.
Just what she said.
We're reviewing a movie, and the movie that we are reviewing this week is it's just House at the End of the Street, not The House. I wanted to say the. Yeah, and Jennifer Lawrence is the main protagonist.
My hair isn't big enough for this.
Yeah.
Weird.
Also, you're gonna be mad because I can't remember her name again. No, wait, I wrote it down. Elizabeth Shue.
With an S and a U. And Gil Bellows and Max.
Therio, I think. Therio.
Younger than he looks, Max.
Dude. And he was was he in the series?
Yeah, he was on Bates Motel. He's one of the main characters on there, Dylan. Mm-hmm. If you ever watched it, way better than it should have been. Did not see the last season, kind of like Hannibal. Also a show that was way better than it should have been. And introduced the world to Mads Mikkelsen, for those of you who are not Germanic. From Germany.
Everybody likes Mads Mikkelsen.
He's so amazing.
Amazing!
You love him, don't you?
Yeah, he's in the Harry Potter thing. Or not Harry Potter, but...
Well, he is now, yeah.
He's in the world of the Harry Potters.
The Harry Potter world.
Yes.
Not to be confused with the Disney theme park.
Yeah.
Disney? Yeah,
he was in the Creatures one. Why can't I think today? My brain is fried. Yep. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so we watched House at the End of the Street. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I know, the Creatures one.
The Creature, to quote. See?
Anyways, why are you talking about Mads Mikkelsen?
Because we were talking about Hannibal, which was because we were talking about Bates Motel, because we were talking about Max.
There goes the rabbit hole.
Therio.
Look
it up, you'll figure it out. Anyway.
Yeah. So, this is not a horror film.
I mean, kinda. It's kind of thrillery horror, kind of something.
Yeah, it's a thriller.
With horror elements.
I mean, we watched a documentary, and they said that all movies have some sort of element of horror in them.
It's true.
It's what makes people, you know, like sometimes like the emotional, you know, response that you get from movies and stuff. So, you know, whether it be whatever kind of thing, you know, when you're watching, even romantic comedies sometimes have elements of horror in them. So I think Joel already introduced you to Shaggy, our dog, but there's his butt and tail. We do record this out of our house, so please forgive us. Or
of odds and ends sounds in the background, like that.
Hopefully you'll like the weird quirkiness of our animals.
And you're not allergic to dogs. Hey, do you want to read the plot?
Yes. So,
because I lost the plot.
Oh, I forgot. This is a long one, and I do not have my readers on. Academy Award nominees Jennifer Lawrence from The Hunger Games. And Elizabeth Shue with an S and a U. It doesn't say that. But it has a little asterisk next to her name.
Because she is an Academy Award winner.
They star in this edge-of-your-seat horror hit-packed...
Hit-packed?
Yeah. Horror hit packed with... You just scared our dog. Oh, with heart-pounding thrills and gripping suspense. Newly divorced Sarah, in parentheses, Shue, and her teenage daughter, Alyssa... Lawrence, have just moved to the suburbs for a fresh start, but their hopes quickly shatter as they learn that years earlier a grisly murder took place.
Not because of a bear, like just it's
not a grizzly with a Z, a grizzly with an S, like Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, good call.
Yep. So that took place next door when a deranged girl killed her parents and disappeared. The girl's older brother Ryan, Max, Therio, whatever, still occupies the house, and then he befriends Alyssa. His secret past could become her worst nightmare. Yes.
I'd say that's accurate.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
I enjoyed watching this because I like watching thrillers or like, you know, murder mystery whodunity kind of things, and then I'm sure me, like everyone else on the planet, likes to kind of give their own theories on things and like throw out there like, I think this is what's going to happen. Yeah. Oddly enough, I'm not going to tell you what happens, you know, within reason. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but I guessed in the beginning one thing, and then I crossed it off because I thought that was squashed, but it came down to the end, and I was like, I was right all along on everything that I guessed, pretty much. And you did, too.
She's very good at this. Like, I sometimes will get myself so lost in a story that I'll just kind of check out and not try and come up with scenarios that would lead me down a path. But we've both seen enough films in our lifetime that anymore, if we're surprised by something, it's pleasant.
Yeah,
to have that experience.
Well, that's partially okay. Maybe should we show them the trailer real quick, and then we can start talking about like what we liked and didn't like about it and stuff like that.
Sure.
Okay, let's watch the trailer. Mr. Newlydead over here, Joel, always likes to throw in funny things. So if you see some funny things, come and talk about it in the chat.
Or maybe it's just the actual trailer, and the person who made the trailer in the Hollywood studio place was like, hee, this will be funny. And it was.
Fart noises, weird puppets, yeah.
None of that.
You'll see what we're talking about. Check it out.
I'm looking for Alyssa. Is she here?
No, ma'am.
I wouldn't be angry if she's here.
Promise me you won't tell anyone about Carrie Ann.
Yeah, I promise.
Listen, we have a new neighbor, okay? Her name's Alyssa, and her and her mom just moved in. I want you to leave her alone, you understand me?
What exactly happened again?
Her daughter, Carrie Ann, killed both her parents.
You know that house is the reason why we can even afford to rent this house.
Really?
Double murder. I think this place is going to be really good for us.
What did you think? Was it riveting? I mean, I didn't hate it. I always laugh at his little things that he puts in there.
But you won't see that until
I won't be. I'm
later.
actually going to be watching it when you watch it.
Yeah,
live.
We've been kicking around whether or not we should preview ahead of time, but
No, I like watching it as it airs. Although, yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll
that's
see.
behind the scenes crap you don't need to know about.
Okay. So, what'd you think of the movie?
So, with all the stuff we've been watching with Dollar Store Drive-In, there's a lot of fecal matter to wade through sometimes.
Ooh.
And then there's other times, like The Littlest Reich, for example, where it was way better than it should have been. And then there's times like this where it's good, but it's not really anything like special or to write home about or great. It's just kind of like you put on a movie on a rainy Saturday, you're not doing anything, you watch it, you're like, yeah, that was, it's like eating a piece of bread without any butter on it, or peanut butter or mayo or whatever.
It's still bread. And it's tasty. It might be hot and fresh even.
But it's not. It could be way better.
Yeah. It's not chef's kiss.
Yeah, I'm not kissing the chef
I feel
over
ya.
a piece of bread.
Yeah. I literally wrote down, not a bad thriller. Kept us guessing, but I guessed it.
She did. And
I did. And he did too. Like he, did I write down? Yeah, you...
We had a couple of things that we both figured
crossed.
out. And figured out things kind of before they happened. Some really early on and some later. But, again, we see so many movies and seen so many different scenarios. You kind of can feel where the writers are going, it feels like.
Yeah.
So this was directed by Mark Tandare, who, if you are fans of Doctor Who like myself, he directed 2 of the episodes during... the last series, not the Flux series, but the Jodie Whittaker reign. He did the Rosa Parks episode and the Phantom. Is it the Phantom Monument? No, I'm debating what the title was. He also did some episodes of Lock and Key. He just does a lot of TV stuff.
Lock and Key was pretty good.
I did like 6 episodes of that, I want to say.
Oh.
We watched the whole series. We enjoyed it. Writer is David Luca, who wrote the movie Rings, which I don't know that we've seen that one yet. It's
Rings.
One of the Rings. It's the last Ring movie that came out. That was the American one, not the Japanese one.
Yeah.
He also did the Whoopi Goldberg movie Eddie, which, if you go way back in time into the 90s, which feels like forever ago.
Can we do that?
No. I mean, not like legitimately.
Would you want to do that? Would you want to go back in time?
You mean like as myself?
Yeah.
Or... Like, I mean, like as a younger, like go back and be myself again?
Yeah,
or
like
go
right
back,
now,
like
just go back in time.
And just hang out in the 90s.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Oh.
Because I don't want to go back and be myself because I don't want to mess up my timeline. But if I could go back and hang out like I am now and just kind of check things out, I don't know, maybe.
Like you right now?
Yeah.
And you have to hide and not bump
Nobody
into yourself?
Nobody noticed I look exactly this.
You have to like not bump into yourself?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
it'd be pretty easy because you weren't in Rockford.
No. Yeah, it'd be pretty easy done.
It would be hard for me because I live in the same area that I've lived in my entire life.
We'll go back and go somewhere we've never been before.
Yeah. But then
Seattle.
That'd be weird.
Maybe.
Because I was never in the night, in Seattle in the 90s. Anyways, we've gone way off.
The other writer is Jonathan Mostow, who did the very well done horror thriller Breakdown. He did U-571, Terminator 3, and the Bruce Willis movie Surrogates. We already talked about the people that are in the movie, which, in case you didn't notice, I am an Elizabeth Shue fan. She was in one of my top 10 favorite films of all time, Leaving Las Vegas. That's where the Oscar
I like Jennifer
stuff
Lawrence.
comes from.
I like Elizabeth Shue. I just never remember what her name is, and he gets really annoyed.
It's just always... Well,
I know who she is, but...
Adventures in Babysitting, Back to the Future, The Karate Kid. I mean, she's in some pretty seminal movies.
I work all day, and I don't remember everybody's names.
She works all night, and she plays all day. Wait, no, works...
Elizabeth Shue with an S and a U.
I'm sure she won't care. She doesn't know us. She never will.
She won't.
Anyway, so that's, basically the cast. Gil Bellows was the other name that I think we mentioned.
That's the guy that you said is in everything that that he's in everything.
Yeah, you see his face and you're like,
I know that guy.
I've seen him in a lot, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Or you don't remember what. And even when you look it up, you're like, oh, he was in that? Wow, cool.
Yeah. I'm like,
He's kind of a man of 64 faces.
Yeah. So, what'd you think?
You already asked me that.
I know. You just said it was like butter, no buttered bread.
I mean, it had its moments that were. I wasn't sad that I watched it, but I felt like it was pretty competently directed. The cinematography was good. There was some stuff that kind of got some visceral reactions, like when they're beating up the kid. Oh yeah. Because he's a little different, and he's not like he's got some sort of physical thing that makes him different, or some sort of he just kind of is on his own. It's like the people in the town or whatever are like Richie kind of peeps, and they wanted to rip that house down and build a forest preserve or something like that. Or something no, it was like a forest preserve, I think, and knock it down, make a park. They wanted to make a park. Yeah. And he refuses to leave the house, so they're all up in arms about it and kind of why jerks. Would the kids, the kids of the parents, the ones that want to actually tear it down, be the ones that because they're mirror images of their parents, basically. They're products parents of those. Were POSs. Oh yeah, they were real crap. It almost felt bags. Though like Mark Tondari in that sequence, he directed it like it was out of the original, James Whale 1930. I forget what year Frankenstein was now. 31? No, that was Dracula. 34. I think it's 32. Anyway, the original James Whale Frankenstein. It reminded me of that because they literally were ganged up on him. He ran away. He goes back. Then they try to light his castle on fire, so to speak. Yeah. And so it had kind of overtones of that. And it was, pretty intense. Like I said, there's some moments in it where you're kind of okay, yeah, what's going to happen here? Yeah. And you're I actually liked some of the characters, some of these movies that we watch, it's hard to get into the character. I feel like they did an okay job with the backstory of things. It was a little hairy on what had happened, I feel with her dad, I don't even It was remember. A little, that was a little was he dead? Did he die? Did he disappear? Yeah. It was weird. Eaten? Yeah, because she lived with him before, and then all of a sudden didn't anymore. So she clearly was kind of into, or there was something there with Gil Bellows' character, the sheriff, or but they never fleshed that out. Shue, yeah. It just kind of was oh hey, they're kind of flirting, but it's not. They liked each other. Yeah. And at almost 2 hours, you think they had time to do a little bit more exposition with things, but it was a pretty long movie. I didn't feel like there was loose ends that just never went anywhere. Yeah, I liked the confusing plot because it was definitely confusing in some spots because, like I said, I was writing down theories as I was going along, and I usually you start to get clues that yes, this is the right path that I'm on, and then I'm oh nope, completely cut that off, and then went a different way.
So I feel like it was nice, twisty and turny. And then, of course, I felt vindicated because I was correct all along.
But at the end of the day, did you really care about anybody enough that when people did die that you were like, oh no?
No.
Because there was a lot of stabbing.
Yeah.
But not a lot
we
of
both wrote
dying.
down things. He wrote down Stabbins McGee. I drew a little murdery person. Shooty Jones. I put Shooty Jones wins. I don't even know what that
I want
means.
that to be my nickname.
And I
What's
wrote down
up?
Hammer Time. I know why, but
Oh, right.
Shooty Jones wins.
But for as many people that got
has nothing
stabbed,
to do with
shot
anything.
at, hammered, whatever, nobody got hammered, but there was a hammer used anyway. For all the things where people were injured, there was literally only one death that I can remember. Well, no, 3 deaths total. So, it's not really a horror movie in that regard. But kind of.
There was a lot more than that. I mean, murders total in the whole movie?
2 at the beginning, and then 1
3
in the middle, and then none at the end.
No.
Oh, wait. Okay, 4. 1 more at the end. I think.
I counted at least 6.
6. Wow, we'll have to discuss that off camera, because I only remember the 2 at the beginning that kind of start the whole thing off.
Yep.
The 1 in the middle that's kind of,
Oops.
and then the 1, I think there's 1 at the end, but that's the only other one I remember. Oh, wait, maybe there was another one.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever resolve whether that person actually died, though? Because they were there and kind of like...
Yes.
But I didn't catch that they actually said, "You're dead!"
I'm pretty sure they were
Like
dead.
when he went by, he's like, "You're dead!" Ha ha!
Pretty sure they were dead.
No. Because that's in a horror movie, that's actually what happens.
You're
You've never
dead.
seen a horror movie. There's a guy that comes out, just so you know what's going on, and he goes, "You're dead!" And then he walks out of the screen. Every time. It's kind of like the Wilhelm scream. I just hit my chair, so Bailey's about to bark.
Yeah.
Sorry
And he does
about
that every single time.
Yep. See? There he goes. My fault.
I am swallowing my
careful.
own spit in the wrong way. So...
Strange flex.
No, I did it. That's why I started
I
coughing.
swallow my own spit, too.
In a bad way.
Oh. What's a good way?
I think that's pretty good, like, synopsis of the movie.
I mean, yeah.
Should we rate it?
Let's
do some rating.
I don't have much more to really say about it because it wasn't a lot
give it
to say.
out of 5.
Even the houses were kind of uninteresting, to be honest.
His was interesting.
I mean, there was parts of it, but you could have made it much smaller
Yes.
and it would have been much... Because it was almost too big.
Yeah.
Because it felt like there were too many places for things to happen that didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's some things there that just were not necessary. But anyway, yeah, what are we rating this out of?
Out of 5 secrets.
Is that why your hair was so big?
He had big hair.
Because it was full
They
of...
all had big hair.
It was full of secrets?
Full of secrets. No, because he said there's secrets all around them. You just don't see them. Remember?
You're dead!
His little quote. When you look at the tree in the face. Yeah. So, out of 5 secrets...
I'll give it 2.
Yeah.
Just because I like the actors that were involved. The movie
It was entertaining.
Was good in terms of, like, execution of the film, but
yeah,
the story itself,
Will I ever remember this movie? Probably not.
Nope.
Probably not. It's not like I'm going to go run to my coworkers tomorrow and be like, oh my gosh, I saw the best, most amazing movie you'll ever see, ever. You should go watch it. And I'll be like, I don't even remember what it's called. And there was some chick in there that was in Karate Kid. He's going to get mad at me. Karate chop my face off.
So what did you give it? You gave it 2 also?
Also, yes,
okay,
2.
Just making sure. So when I put the little thing up there with Elizabeth Shue crying...
2. Sorry.
That we'll know.
So.
Yes.
If you don't want to watch House at the End of the Street based on our review, Joel has a selection of something you could watch instead.
I had to kick this can a lot because the movie that originally popped into my head as soon as we started watching it was The Woman, but we've already used that one, so I'm not going to reuse it. So then I started thinking, and I came up with a bunch of different suggestions, one of which was Old Boy. I'm like, no, it doesn't really feel right.
No.
Then I was like, Summer of '84. I'm like, that feels pretty good, but no, didn't want to go with that. And then I'm like, Barbarian. I'm like, that's a little too left of center, but still had similar premise. Now, the exact premise obviously is not going to be a thing because there might be movies that are out there that have something similar, but what I ended up going with was 2016's Don't Breathe. Just because it starts out with one thing where you have people breaking into a house.
Yep.
The main guy they think is blind and kind of helpless.
And it's a neighbor-ish, kind of.
He's in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then turns out he's not so helpless. Then the people that you think are the antagonists are now the protagonists / he's the antagonist. And then there are secrets.
They're all bad people.
And kidnapping and flip around to the kidnapping and people dying. And that one's a little bit closer to a horror movie, but still, I don't know if you can really totally qualify it as a horror movie because... I don't know. It's kind of
if you haven't seen it, you should.
Thing, but yeah, and the sequel was alright.
Let us know what you think about that.
Directed by Fede Alvarez, which is a personal favorite of mine, who also did the Evil Dead reboot in 2013. He did The Girl in the Spider's Web, which was the non-Stieg Larsson Millennium series book about Elizabeth Salander. And the co-writer, Rodo Segoyas, is the guy that did Don't Breathe 2. He directed it. But anyway, Fede Alvarez, guy to watch if you're not. So
100 billion%.
More fans.
Yeah. So we also have chosen our movie for next week.
At random.
So goodbye, House at the End of the Street.
You know, we could go drop that off down the street at somebody's house.
We should. We should just start randomly dropping off these dollar store movies.
Actually, we're collecting them, and if we ever have our own real studio, we're thinking about maybe having them as the background, so then every week it grows a little bit, or giving them away as a prize.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to end up in our collection, like The Little is Reich. But anyway, so next week's film, chosen at random, is kind of fun because this is my favorite subgenre of horror films.
Yeah.
Which is, this is one of. Slasher is one of mine top ones.
I never remember what we chose.
But next week is?
Oh yeah, American Zombieland.
Which, I'll give that to you. I can already tell you that there's not a lot of people in it that, I'll just say there's nobody in it that we know.
Lights, camera, run. Yeah, Kristen Renton.
You know, good old Kristen.
Sandra Curry.
Oh, Steph's sister.
Thomas Calabro.
Oh, he's the guy that did The Thing. With The Thing. And lots of people going,
"Oh, I'm
dead."
excited. This looks very...
I'm kind of excited.
This looks very, very interesting. It's a wannabe horror film director is about to have his life and the world he knows change forever when he gets the big break he's been waiting for a lifetime for. Unfortunately, it isn't Hollywood that's knocking at his door.
You know what this reminds me of? Oh, I'm not going to mention it because it might end up being my pick.
It's an ITN movie.
Of course it is. But one of the movies that you and I watched fairly recently, actually, I'm just seeing if this is
not
an
rated.
And I'll mention it after we're off the air, but I think it might be my suggestion for next week. But we just watched it. It was a zombie movie. But anyway, where can they find us if they want to check out our other things, other social media sites, etc.?
You can go to thenewlydeads.com to find all of our merch, and we've got a whole bunch of new stuff that
lots of new stuff.
Yeah. If you like our logo, we've got things with our logo, mugs with our logo on it, stickers with our logo on it.
We don't have a pattern though on a.
Joel has made some really neat artworks that are on the site. I've made stickers and
more to come.
Yeah. Like, if you like robots, he's made a whole horror line of robot prints that are really neat. They're really cool. He worked really hard on them.
I'm better now.
Yeah, he is.
But
he's been
the xenomorph one is pretty.
The xenomorph is very cool.
Also, if you want to contact us directly, send us an email, comment on things, give us suggestions, whatever. Contact at thenewlydeads.com. We would be happy to speak with you about.
Yeah, you can also find us on YouTube
at the Newlydeads.
Yep, and TikTok, also at the Newlydeads.
Instagram, Flower,
and Facebook.
And the Facebooks.
And if you want to see us in person, you can go to the Castle Chaos Multicon at Stronghold Castle in Oregon, Illinois on April 29th and 30th.
Which is coming up. So this is probably the last video you're going to hear us talk about it, because after this, it's done. And the week after, maybe we'll have to give them a little update on how things went. You know, just a short little update. So we're here to talk about the movies, not that kind of stuff. But.
All Well, thanks for watching, and until next time,
keep it cheap and creepy.
bye.
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going? I'm gonna finish this.